Right now, as you watch this, somewhere in the world a light switch is being flipped on. A car engine is turning over. A hospital is running its machines. All of it depends on one single place on Earth. One stretch of water, 21 miles wide. Through that 21-mile gap, every single day, flows 20% of the world's entire oil supply. 1/5 of all the oil on the planet. And if it ever closes, economists say a global recession begins within 30 days. This is not a story about oil. This is a story about power, geography, and one tiny strip of water that has every major nation on Earth holding its breath. The choke point. The Strait of Hormuz connects the Persian Gulf to the open ocean, flanked by Iran on one side and the UAE and Oman on the other. On any given day, between 15 and 21 oil tankers pass through it, each carrying up to 3 million barrels of crude. That's up to 21 million barrels every single day. The Panama Canal handles a fraction of that. The Suez Canal, the one that made global headlines when a single ship got stuck sideways in 2021, carries far less energy per day. There is nothing else like this strait on the planet. Japan gets nearly 80% of its oil through Hormuz. South Korea, over 70%. China, the world's largest oil importer, sends a massive portion of its energy security through this corridor. But here is the detail that makes military strategists lose sleep. The actual navigable shipping lanes are only 2 miles wide in each direction. 2 miles, with Iranian coastline close enough to see from a ship's deck. Every vessel that passes through does so in full view of Iran. And Iran knows exactly what that means. Iran's nuclear option. Iran doesn't need to start a war to threaten the world's economy. It just needs to threaten this. Iran's military cannot match American firepower in a conventional conflict. It faces crippling economic sanctions. It is surrounded by rivals. But Iran holds one card that nobody else holds. It sits on the northern shore of the most important waterway on Earth, with anti-ship missiles capable of hitting any vessel in the strait within seconds. Submarines, naval mines, swarms of fast attack boats operated by the Revolutionary Guard. This is not theoretical. During the Iran-Iraq War in the late 1980s, more than 400 vessels were attacked in and around the strait. Oil prices spiked. The U.S. Navy began escorting tankers under American flags in one of the largest convoy operations since World War II. The world got a preview of Hormuz in crisis. It was a disaster, and that was before it fully closed. In 2019, Iran seized a British-flagged tanker in the strait, holding its crew for months. In 2023, IRGC vessels attempted to seize multiple ships in direct confrontations with the U.S. Navy. Every time, the message is the same. Push us hard enough, and we close this strait. And then everyone loses. It is Iran's ultimate leverage. Not a nuclear weapon, just geography. Who has the most to lose? The Strait of Hormuz is where every great power's interests collide, in ways that almost never make the evening news. The United States has kept the U.S. Fifth Fleet permanently stationed in Bahrain for decades. America doesn't export its oil through Hormuz, it guards the door. And guarding the world's most important energy corridor is one of the most powerful positions in global politics. China is the world's largest oil importer and deeply dependent on Hormuz, which means China relies on a waterway that America controls. That is a strategic nightmare for Beijing, and it explains why China's entire Belt and Road Initiative, its trillion-dollar global infrastructure project, is partly about building energy routes that bypass American naval protection entirely. Saudi Arabia, the world's largest oil exporter, ships almost everything through Hormuz, while its most dangerous regional rival, Iran, sits right alongside the exit route. Saudi Arabia has spent billions building alternative pipelines. They are nowhere near enough. And then there is Russia, which sells oil in direct competition with the Gulf states. Every time Hormuz tensions spike and oil prices surge, Russia's revenues rise. Moscow has almost no incentive to want this strait stabilized. Chaos in the Gulf, for Russia, is not a problem. It is a profit margin. Right now, while you watch this, there are tankers in that strait, moving slowly, carrying millions of barrels of oil, watched by Iranian missile batteries on one side, watched by American warships on the other, watched anxiously by trading floors in London, New York, Tokyo, and Shanghai. All of them hoping today is not the day something goes wrong. The Strait of Hormuz is 21 miles wide. No famous skylines. No extraordinary beauty. Just water. but it is the artery of the modern world. And the next time you see a headline about the Middle East, tensions, sanctions, naval confrontations, you'll know exactly what they're really fighting over. Not ideology, not religion, 21 miles of water. If this gave you a new lens for understanding the world, that is exactly what this channel exists to do. Hit like right now. 1 second of your time helps this reach people who want to understand how the world actually works. Subscribe and drop a comment. Which nation do you think holds the most dangerous leverage over the global economy right now? I read every single one. Let's talk about it. The world is more fragile, more connected, and more fascinating than we're ever told. See you in the next one.